们好, what is MCTC Specialist? MCTC Specialist is a continuing professional development program aimed at experienced teachers who are currently or prospectively teaching Mandarin Chinese in UK primary and or secondary schools. Parented by Dragons in Europe, MCTC Specialist is provided to all teachers that teach in UK schools with whom we have an agreed teaching contract. Our teachers' CPD will be aligned to the curriculums and the teaching materials that we endorse in the primary and secondary schools in which we teach. For example, 11+, 13+, Common Entrance Examinations, and GCSE. Successful certification will enable teachers to either progress further in Dragons in Europe schools or seek employment as a permanent teacher in other UK primary or secondary schools. So now you may be wondering, how do I qualify for this program? There are a few criteria. 1, you should have taught Mandarin Chinese for a minimum of 1 year, either as a classroom-based teacher or a private tutor, either in the UK or abroad. 2nd, you are legally allowed to work in the UK and you have a visa which will enable you to teach for at least 1 academic year. 3rd, you have at least 2 references which can confirm your teaching experience. One of the references must be a school or a client that you have personally taught. 4th, you are fully prepared to submit your personal details for a DBS, which is Disclosure and Borrowing Service check, and it will be submitted at your own expense. Now, talking about a specialist training, the program is carefully coordinated by a PGCE trained and experienced instructor and his team, all of whom have had many years of Mandarin Chinese teaching experience. Most importantly, in UK schools. All aspects of the program are aligned to DFE, Department for Education, guidelines and expectations, both in terms of teacher conduct and quality assurance. Continuous evaluation, including regular lesson observation and feedback of all teaching staff, will be provided throughout the program. Now let's talk about the 2 levels of MCTC Specialist. MCTC Specialist is run over 2 different levels, each of which is based on 100 paid hours of classroom teaching and observation by our training team. The 100 hours must occur within 1 single academic year, and the teacher would need to have met all expectations in terms of the level's requirements. So, as a general guide, it would take roughly 1 to 2 academic years to be awarded certification across both levels. Okay, now you may be wondering how much this program costs. Once you've been selected to teach in schools where we operate, there will be no charge to get involved in the program. All teaching will be paid at Dragons in Europe standard teaching rates, and the training will take place in alignment with the tuition. Teachers that receive level 1 and 2 certification will receive both a higher hourly rate and or will be offered a wider range of teaching opportunities, such as exam invigilation, translation, oral recordings for exams, etc. If you're curious about this program and you would like to get more information, please send your CV and a covering letter to info@dragonsineurope.com. Alternatively, please give us a call on 0207 228 8501. Thank you. 再见.